want to introduce you to a writing exercise called Perl's Composing Guidelines, or Felt Sense Writing. This is an exercise that was developed by Sandra Perl, a professor at the City University of New York. It's a free writing exercise, so you're going to write quickly and you're really not going to care about grammar, punctuation, or your organization of your writing while you write. It's really helpful to do this exercise at the beginning of a project, say when you get an assignment, because it helps you to narrow down your topic. So the prompts are designed to help you figure out what you want to write about. The instructions in this exercise ask you to pay attention to your body, and in particular to your felt sense. And what we mean by felt sense is this sense that we get from our body or our perception that there's an idea there that we haven't yet quite put into words. So you can think of it as an itch sometimes. So for instance, you might have read something and you know that something about what you've read, the argument, bothers you, but you can't quite say why it bothers you, and you have to think about it. But you know something is there, and that knowing something is there is that felt sense. So this exercise asks you to really pay attention to that felt sense and to use that felt sense to help you generate ideas for your writing project. Before we start, you should get ready by opening up a new document on your computer, or you can also use the Perl Guidelines template if you have that, or you can get some blank paper. If you're going to write with pen and paper, you're probably going to need several sheets of blank paper because it does ask you to turn the page and start a new page in several places. You're obviously going to want to get rid of any distractions, and you're going to want to get comfortable. So this is a longer exercise, so it can take anywhere up to an hour. So you do want to make sure that you're free of distractions and that you have what you need to be comfortable for that length of time. There are 14 prompts in this exercise, so you'll know where we are. I'll give you anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes for each prompt. All right, let's get going. For step 1, the first part is to get comfortable. So you can do these actions if this might help you. Shake out your hands. You can take a deep breath, settle into your chair, and if you want, close your eyes to help you relax. This is designed to help you start to pay attention to that felt sense. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, what's going on with you right now? So what's going on in your life, in your world right now? And is there anything that's going to get in the way of writing today? And when you start to hear yourself answer this question, start making a list. So just jot down a list. It can be in a list form. It doesn't have to be in sentence form. And I just want you for a minute to make a list of anything that could get in the way of your writing right now. Now that you've written down all these distractions that might get in the way of your writing, I want you to either set aside that piece of paper if you're writing on paper, or if you're writing on the computer, scroll down, hit enter, and scroll down till you can no longer see that writing. Just put it at top of the page and scroll down so you're working with a blank page. And now we'll go on to the next prompt. I want you to ask yourself, how are you right now? So, what's on your mind right now? And when you hear yourself starting to answer, I want you to make a list of how you are right now. I'll give you 3 minutes to do this. Now, ask yourself what else is on your mind. Is there anything that you're interested in that you want to write about today? Does a person, a place, or an image come to your mind? And when they come to your mind, just start jotting these down. If you came here today with a specific topic, put that on your list too. And if you can't think of anything, write the word nothing. So, one of the things that you want to do with this prompt is you want to keep going even if you start to get stuck. So, if you start to feel, oh, I've got nothing, just write down nothing and then wait a bit, listen to that felt sense, and see if you can get any more. Because sometimes those later ideas, those ideas that come after you sort of written down the top ideas, the easy ones, sometimes tend to be the most interesting. So, I'll give you 3 minutes for this as well. All right, now you have a list. It might be long, it might be short, and I want you to dig deeper. So again, we keep digging deeper and deeper, and we're looking for that felt sense. So, is there anything you're leaving out? Is there any piece you're overlooking? A word that you like that's related somehow? Something else that you might want to write about at some other time that you can add to this list? So, again, really pay attention, close your eyes, and pay attention to your perceptions, your feeling of the world around you, and see if you can draw something from that. I will give you 1 minute for this. Now, you should have a list of things that you might be able to write about at this point. And I want you to look over that list and decide which of those things draws your most attention right now, which really stands out. And could you start to write on something even though you don't really know where it will lead or what you'll end up writing exactly about? And once you have a sense of which idea might be the one you want to write about, I want you to write that idea or the words or the issue and put it at the top of a new page. So you're just going to write that at the top of a new page. The rest of the ideas that you have, you can save those for another time. They might end up coming back to those. But for now, just choose one. And if nothing is really jumping out at you, just pick one, the best one that you can find for the sake of the exercise. Now, it's important to recenter yourself here. So you're going to take a deep breath, relax as you did, settle into your chair, and realize and give yourself the confidence to know that you likely know a lot about your topic already. And without going into the fine details of this topic, jot down all your associations and thoughts about it. So, what are all the parts that I know about this topic? What can I say about it? And maybe this is going to be a list, or it's going to be a bunch of phrases, notes to yourself, or stream conscious writing. It's really what comes to your mind is what you're going to write right now. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that. Now let's set aside what you've just written, and I want you to take a new look at this topic or issue that you're going to write upon. And I want you to think about that whole topic and ask yourself, what makes it interesting to you? What isn't important about it that you haven't yet written down? And what's at the heart of this issue for you? So again, listen to your felt sense, close your eyes, and listen to what your perception has to say about this topic. Again, you'll get 3 minutes for this prompt. You might be feeling like you're at a dead end and that this something is not coming easily to you. So if that's the case, I want you to think for a second about what makes your topic that you've chosen hard for you, or what's difficult about writing about it. So again, pause and sort of look into yourself and see if a word or phrase or an image comes to mind that captures this difficulty for you. I'm going to give you 1 minute to write on this. Now you're going to continue writing about your topic, and I want you to continue to ask yourself what's missing. What haven't you gotten down yet? So, again, you're looking for your felt sense, a word or an image that might be related to this topic somehow for you. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this. Remember to keep going deeper if you get stuck. So, stop, look for your felt sense, and see if you can add more information. Now, I just want you to ask yourself, where is this leading? What is the point that you're trying to make? I want you to write down whatever comes to your mind. I'll give you 1 minute for this. So, probably by now you're feeling that you're near the end and it's feeling like there might not be much more to write about. So, but I want you again to go back to your felt sense and ask yourself, does this feel complete? And close your eyes and really look to your body for the answer. Write down anything that comes to you. And if the answer is no, this doesn't feel complete to me, I want you to ask yourself what's missing and then add that. Keep writing about what might be missing. I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this. Now, you probably have quite a bit of writing by this point, and I want you to start to ask yourself what type of form. So, what is it exactly that you're writing? So, you might be writing this for an assignment, so you have an idea of the form that you're going to write on. But think about what else it could be. Is it a story, a poem, an essay? Who's talking? Whose point of view is being displayed? Is there another point of view that you could think about this particular topic from? And I want you to just take some notes now about that. Take some notes about what type of shape this piece could be developed into. I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this prompt. This is the final prompt in the felt sense writing exercise. You should be beginning now to have a good sense or a sense of where your writing might go. And I want you to spend the last 3 minutes of this exercise starting to write your piece. So you're just going to get down on paper, you're going to pretend that you know where you're going, and you're just going to start writing your piece. 3 minutes for this prompt. You have now completed the Perl's Composing Guidelines, or the Felt Sense Writing exercise. What are you going to do with this writing now? So the best thing to do, I find, is to put your writing aside for a few days or at least one day and return to it with fresh eyes. So return to it without being so close to what you have written. What I do when I look at these things that I've written is I like to highlight any ideas that I find interesting, or sentences or phrases or words that are standing out to me. And I also comment and question. So it's almost like I get into a conversation with myself. So I'll write questions and comments as though I'm a distant reader and not the writer. So that's how I will process my writing, my Perl Guideline writing and my free writing. You may not want to do that. You might not have found that exercise got you any ideas, but chances are it has brought you closer to an idea of what you want to write about. Even though you might not take the words or the phrases or even necessarily the ideas, it has probably brought your thinking, at least it sharpened it and made it clearer for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this exercise and that you might feel like you'd be able to use Perl's composing guidelines or the felt sense writing in another exercise or assignment as well.